Um, yeah, obviously, great environment. Want to thank our Bobcat fans and community for showing out like this today. Makes for a heck of an environment. Credit Montana for making the plays to come out of here with the victory tonight. I thought our guys really battled hard. Both teams played really efficient offensively. Unfortunately for us, we had just a few too many minor breakdowns that cost us a couple possessions, and unfortunately weren't able to capitalize at the free throw line in the second half. Missing 11 free throws in the second half really hurt us tonight. But credit Montana for stepping up and making the plays.
Questions for the players?
Jay, you guys had a bunch of opportunities and you built a bunch of momentum but couldn't quite get over the top. What do you think was the difference?
I think we just got to get stops down the stretch. Just kind of like bear down those last, the whole game, but 4 minutes. We kind of huddled up and we're like, hey, we got to get stops right here. And we just didn't stay down on drives and just made some stupid mistakes that we won't make again next time.
Patrick, second rivalry game in a row. Were you able to get to the basket pretty effectively? What was working for you? What were you seeing?
Pat, can you take
Yeah, I was just trying to play my game, be confident, be aggressive, and just get to my spot, and just trusting all the work I put in the last two years, and just play my game.
Did that dunk feel, or any of those and ones feel like it was going to shift the momentum more than it was?
Yeah, I think they caused the fans to get into it and the team to bring some energy to the team. But yeah, like Jabe said, we weren't able to just get over that hump.
Anything with the free throws as a team, that any explanation for why maybe this wasn't going right today?
Just, I don't know, just lack of focus, maybe. But those are shots that, we're a good shooting team, and next game we'll be better.
Any more questions for Jay or Pat?
Jay, 17 again for the fifth straight game for you, even though obviously it was not the results you wanted tonight as a team. Can you just speak on maybe how are you going to stay a little bit more locked in and focused as you're coming up on the end of the season?
Yeah, I only got a few more games left in my career, so I just want to kind of go out on a high note. I think I credit Coach a lot, too, for moving me off the ball, just putting me more in a scorer's mentality, and just kind of just set my mind on defense and rebounding, and then the offense is going to come, and then just stay faithful. God's given me a great opportunity, and just all credit to him.
How was your first experience at playing a home brawl? How did that go?
It was awesome. I was telling some of my teammates, I was like, this is probably the most locked in I've been for a game. Just the environment, and I really wanted to win tonight. And but it's all right. We'll see him again in the tournament.
Thanks, guys.
Matt, similar question. You had multiple times where you gained some momentum, but Montana wouldn't answer. So, what do you think the difference was?
Yeah, I think we'll look at the film and find a couple key moments where we got an and one opportunity that rims out, and then you get 1 or 2 free throws. So you're at 1 point instead of 3. Come down, and I don't know exactly how close these plays tie together, but Bryce trips over Money Williams in transition. That's 2 free points. We get the shot clock down to 3 seconds. Jabe attacks the ball from behind, reaches in. That's 2 free points at a point where they weren't really in a position to get a good shot off. You do the math on the margins, with that and missed free throws, and you feel like it was a game you had a chance to win, which is certainly disappointing. But again, these are details and lessons that hopefully we can learn from and pay heed to moving forward the rest of the season, and certainly when we get to Boise. But again, Montana puts a lot of pressure on you. They're very well coached. They're very well organized, and their players have a lot of confidence in what they do. And I thought even you know, you can talk about it, you can show film, you know, you can break things down, but ultimately when you make mistakes, they do a good job making you pay. And so we just have to limit how many mistakes we make. You know, whether that's staying down at the end of drives, not allowing the ball to get, you know, where they want it to go, and then and then see what that looks like defensively, where you're not kind of beating yourself in some respects. You know, but again, like the credit goes to Montana. You make a mistake, they still have to make a play, they have to make a shot, they have to make the free throws, and they did that tonight.
What did you think of their balance, you know, tonight as far as just getting a bunch of different guys going?
Yeah, they've been really balanced all year long. You know, I think when you've got you know, 3 perimeter scorers that are capable of going 15, you know, for 15 to 20 points any given night, and Brandon Whitney, who has been in the program for so long and really understands, you know, time and game management. You know, that allows them to be, you know, really efficient offensively, and they've been very efficient, you know, all conference play, especially this last month or so. So, you know, I thought we grew from an offensive standpoint, you know, versus our first contest. And I think, you know, as we continue to, you know, tweak lineups and rotations, you know, I think we've got still a lot of room for growth.
Pat said, like, focus on free throws. Is there anything, is that the only explanation? Are there any other explanations you could think of?
You know, guys miss free throws sometimes. You know, we work on it all the time. We've had games where we've been really good. Brandon Walker was 75% over the last 5 games. So, you know, obviously that comes down a little bit now. But it's just something you have to work on. It's something you have to be excited about in terms of the opportunity, and I think our guys were. It just didn't happen for us tonight. So I've got a lot of confidence in our guys that, you know, hopefully the next time those opportunities present themselves, they step up with confidence, knock them down, and that allows us to, you know, maybe build off some of the momentum that we were starting to get by, you know, getting to the free throw line and creating some scoring opportunities for ourselves. So, you know, that's a part of the game. And if I knew how to guard other teams' free throw line, I think we're like one of the worst teams in the country at free throw defense. I still haven't figured out how you do that, but you know, the best medicine for us is just to make all of ours. So.
What do you think of just the team being able to cut so many deficits in the second half, including that 72-59 yet closing up throughout the?
Yeah, our guys have fought all year long. We've you know, I think we've only been in 1 or 2 blowouts, you know, all year, and they were against high major opponents. So we know we can play with everybody at this level, and we're getting closer and closer to, you know, winning some of these close games against really good competition. We've won more of these close games of late, but you know, you got a Montana team that's red hot right now, and you got to play really well to beat them, and we just fell short in a couple of small areas.
Last game, you guys held them 39% from the field in the second half. You talked about how proud you were of that defensive effort. So they shot 56% in the second half. Was it a matter of them just knocking down shots, or what did they do differently that made them successful?
Well, I think that's where, you know, I'll get back to, you know, some of the details of our defensive game plan. You know, we left some stops out there in terms of our discipline, you know, whether that was closeout discipline and you know, pushing the ball where we want it to go on drives, or end drive discipline, you know, where the ball gets in the paint, they pick their dribble up. They had a number of fouls in those situations where we left our feet, which is certainly not what we work on or teach. And so, you know, we've got to get better in that area. And when you get people to pick the ball up in the middle of the floor, those are tough spots to get offense from, and there's no better place, you know, from my experience, to get offense from than free throws. So that's a big swing, you know, when you get a possession to, you know, kind of get a little bit muddy and you stop a drive, and then, you know, they pivot, shot fake, and you don't have the discipline to keep them off the foul line or stop, you know, an and one in some cases. So that's an area that we got to get better at for sure.
Is there any solace in knowing that it's, you know, a couple free throws away and a couple plays either way away, or is it more frustration that it's a couple free throws and a couple plays away?
There's no solace in losing. There's just lessons. You know, this team, you know, is not that far away from having a really tremendous record, but we don't. And, you know, if there was a lot of solace in that, I would probably have had a little happier winter so far. But you know, we've got to find ways to finish the deal and win. You know, win those battles, and hopefully, you know, all the lessons that we've had to date will be things that we can, you know, carry forward this last week and a half of the regular season, and then into Boise and play our best basketball here for the next 2 or 3 weeks. And I think that's what our guys have been focused on for quite some time, and we've been playing better because of it.
That maybe gets a lot tougher, given that you go on the road this next week. What do you ask of them for that stretch?
We've got to have a great week of prep. You know, Portland State's playing good basketball well, especially at home. They're very, very good at home, and it's a great opportunity for us to, you know, have a sweep over a team that's in the top half of the standings, which obviously has some value. So it's a huge opportunity for us. There can't be any sort of you know, let down or you know, hangover from this. It's onward and upward from here.
Time for one more, if there is anything else. Thanks, Coach.
Yeah.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.